don't do it for the glory. Boy, I do it for the king. And all things for the hood. But I do it for the street. And I do it for my mama. All the night she sleep. And I do it for my kids. Come on, kids gotta eat. Yeah. I take Brittany in the kitchen. She whipping them turnips. She told me I got me. I told Jenny I'ma turn up. On the beats I turn up. In the streets I turn up. Matter of fact, I'ma change my name from the on. You can call me whatever they think that they believe in, I am, I'm not. Unless they think that they believe in, I am, I'm high. Whichever girl on fire, where they can feel the heat. They die for that crown. What I said is see the crown on the ground. And they say that you need. Oh, what you trying to get? I'm never down, put it down. Never held a feet. I'm out to do the city. 1, 2, 3, but I'm a king without a crown. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, king without a 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 crown. See how fun that was? When we participate. So look, this is the split line. See the dude right there with the camera? Don't move. So, dang, it's unfair. Her, right here. You, hand up. You. Split line, okay? So everybody on this side, y'all together. Everybody on this side, y'all together, right? So her split line, step over. Y'all come on, go. We're gonna trust me. It's gonna be fun. Don't push her. Right there, stop. So now y'all scoot over. Y'all. So this is what we gonna say. This side, y'all gonna say, let it knock, right? This side, y'all gonna say, they heard it coming, right? So it's like when your car turned up and the music loud and you messing with your neighbors. I live in the suburbs now. Sometimes I just ride through there and cut my music on. Just because, so it's let it knock. I'd rather cut it up. So you know what I mean? When you're in the house and your window starts shaking and you hear it coming, right? Let it knock, they hear it coming, let it knock. Let it knock, they hear it coming, let it knock, they hear it coming, let it knock, they hear it coming, let it knock, they hear it coming. Y'all got it. I'm gonna tell y'all, this side usually always win, every time. I'm just being honest. So, y'all, this is an uphill battle, okay? Let's get it, let it knock. Get. Mic check 1, 2. Can we let the music knock a little bit too? Can we get some more music? The microphone's cool. Let's get it poppin'. I'm all in. I've been in the kitchen whipping. Where y'all been? Been sitting back from a distance, watch the world spin. Now it's time for me to open up and chime in. I hear them talk, they say they grind. I see they move, I say they lying. They say it's dark, we say it's shine. Look at my watch, it says it's time. They say I'm crazy, I lost my mind. I said it right, now fall in line. They try to leave me dead out on them, but I'm hurt and I'm y'all ready? Hang up and let it knock. 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 See what's happening right now. Let's go. What's on your head? Out my mind. Every day, chasing dollar signs. Hustle. That's all I know. But I'm from Hustle City. That's what we do. I should be in the pen like Larry Hoover for flipping words, banging rumors. 13, I was a shooter, but Jesus saved my life. Hallelujah. Just show my dirt and all my dogs. That's in the kid, never coming home. Watch coach, cause the race is on. Playing Jordan black out on the door, feeling song. Cause I hear talk, but when they ain't saying nothing. The radio be on when they ain't playing nothing. That's why we had to take it to it. Told them break it to it. Gonna cut that thing up and let it knock. Make some noise, y'all. Hey, Wonder Bread, who you got? Who you think took? Who you think took? I gotta disagree. I'ma disagree. You think they took it? The center section, the center section, it's the split line. Well, it's a tie. Ties don't work. I think y'all won. But he think they won. I think they won. So why don't we do something together now, okay? Let's come back together. So, y'all heard the line in the song where I say, 13, I wasn't sure, but Jesus saved my life. Hallelujah, right? Once upon a time, I was a bad child. Satan had his hooks in my back, and my eyes set on destruction. I was a bad child. But Jesus saved my life. Hallelujah, right? Now, let me tell you something now. I'm saved and all that, but I be telling people sometimes, I'm still a little hood, though. See, God changed my heart, though. My heart been changed. My mind been changed. But sometimes I'm still like, see, it's a certain part of hood that's cool. That ain't sinful, right? So the parts that ain't sinful, I think God just let me keep some of them. Because sometimes I'm saved, but I'm a little ratchet, a little bit, just. So my music be hood. See, most people don't. There's a yo music too hard. It sound like that scrape music. I'm like, that's what it should sound like. That's great music with a Christian worldview, right? So I'm gonna need y'all help again, right? So I'm gonna say that you want it, you gotta go get it. And y'all are yelling back at me like, you gotta go get it, right? So everybody do this together. Now this how you gonna tell the people got a little bit of ratchet in them like me. Here, play. Look, hey, I told y'all. This how you tell. I told y'all. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3, go. I grew from the ground, straight with good. Me and my mama and my little brother. Look at us around, had to get that bud. The killers around, running with the guns. I was trying to go and get paid for life. Trying to get more gold to leave there. They said it wasn't no spot for me to make. It's amazing when you get to see what you got. Let's go drop a bomb, wake up the city. I got the baton, and I'm running with it. Eyes on the goal, just like the Olympics, y'all ready? They said if you want it, you gotta go get it. They said if you want it, you gotta go get it. They said if you want it, you gotta go get it. They said if you want it, you gotta go get it. They said if you want it, you gotta go get it. Like yeah. You gotta go get it. Hey, yeah, you wanna get up though? Hey, they said if you want it, you gotta go get it. Nobody gon' get it, you gotta go get it. Throw your shot, follow with it. Do it again, second flip. I got my eyes on the prize and my scope. I get one. You ain't wanna get up though. I got my eyes on the prize and my goal. I get one. I get one. I ain't got time to sit around chasing girls or chasing blood. Got time to sit around wasting time, boy, wasting what? Got time to sit around waiting for checks at the first of the month. I ain't trying to blow up my cup, I'll put my paper up. Yeah. They said if you want it, you gotta go get it. They said if you want it, you gotta go get it. They said if you want it, you gotta go get it. They said if you want it, you gotta go get it. Say hey. Hey, 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 Y'all so crazy, man. I told y'all. See, it's something about music. When certain songs come on, you see how people say, hey. So look, right? For those of y'all that don't know me, like they say, they call me Dizzle. We had a whole long debate in the hall about the proper pronunciation of my name. If you say Thistle, that's cool. If you say Thizzle, that's cool. It's however you want to pronounce it in that line. I told him I got an older friend, Greek, older white dude, like 70 years old, right? It's like one of my best friends, strange, I know, right? And he always says, Thistle, come on up, man. You gotta sing some songs for us, right? I'm like, no. So, I grew up in St. Louis. I was born in Mississippi. Y'all like Cape Girardeau. It's like a little St. Louis extension.
I was born here, Cape.
I see all the Cardinal hats, the Blues. Shout out to the Blues right now, you know what I'm saying? But I grew up in, who? You gotta go, excuse me. Security, we got one to go. I grew up in St. Louis, right on the west side of St. Louis. And man, life was crazy for me a lot of days. My mother, growing up, my mother was a drug addict. My father was gone. I remember seeing my father my whole life. Before I turned 14, I had saw my daddy like 3 times my whole life, right? When I was 14 years old, I saw my daddy, and I had got kicked out of St. Louis public schools, no exaggeration. So they told me I could never attend another public school as long as I lived, and I had to go to different schools, so they sent me out of town. And I went to stay with my daddy, and I was doing the same thing I was doing in St. Louis. And it wasn't long before my daddy sent me back to St. Louis, and he told me I couldn't come back. Then I got took by the state from my mother. I got sent to a group home. It wasn't long before they kicked me out. And then I went back home to St. Louis, and my life from 15 and a half years old, and even before that, before I went to all those places, was nothing but me selling drugs, hustling, losing my friends to jail or to the grave, and being subject to all kind of hurts that the world had to offer. When I was 18 years old, life started to just really unravel for me, right? And in 1999, one of my best friends that I grew up with since I was a child killed my best friend in the whole world, my cousin Tank. And when that situation happened, it just caused me to unravel. I just fell apart because everything that I believed in my whole life had got snatched from under me, my whole foundation. All I ever knew, what I believed, what I was taught, was that the hood had my back. These dudes were like my family. And now here it is, a guy that's supposed to have been like my family just killed my real family. And I was crushed. It was crazy when I started telling people after that, though. One of the worst things that ever happened to me in the world ended up being the best thing that ever happened to me. Because that situation, I just had a phone call tonight. So I'm going to name drop a little bit, but get ready, right? So one of my best friends now is Bubba Watson, right? PGA golfer. Just say, I'm about to name drop for a minute. Hold yourself. Hold on. Don't pass out, right? So one of my best friends now is Bubba Watson. And through meeting Bubba, by the way, I'm his favorite rapper, side note, but I met his caddy. And his caddy name is Teddy, right? And so me and Teddy just had a talk on the way up here. And we were just talking about how I was sharing some stuff with him that's going on in my life. And we were talking about how God takes you when you were broken to change around different things in your life. Because when God breaks you or he allows you to be broke, it's because he's doing something new in you, and he's about to do something new in you. So when the world breaks you, it wants to crush you with no remedy. It wants to crush you with no answer. It wants to crush you to death. But when God breaks you or God allows you to be broken, the scripture says that he doesn't break us without remedy, meaning that he breaks us so that he can fix us. And so that situation happening to me with my cousin, it broke me. I had never felt like that before in my life. But God used that situation to show me who he was. And so out of that situation, I met one of my other best friends right now in the whole world. His name is Flame, right? So, about to name drop a little bit, you know. So I met Flame. Flame came to my neighborhood on a Friday night with a church that had been up the block from my where I sold drugs at my whole life, and I had never stepped foot in there before. Flame came down with that church on a Friday night after my cousin was killed and shared the gospel with me, and it rocked my whole life. And so I have a song about it. See, I love organic things, all right? Let me tell y'all like this. So once upon a time, I'm telling a story now. I was posted on the block with a 40 on my hip. That's a gun, right? And a pocket full of rocks, not the Christian worship band, right? Out there acting bad, steady ducking, dodging cops, seen a whole bunch of people, so I pulled over, stopped. See, some church folks, I would say to my surprise, then this preacher came to me, asked what else I do but grind. I stood there for a minute and I took a little time. I told him I'm a rapper, so he asked me bust a rhyme. True story. I looked at that pastor like, you do not want to hear me rap. When I finished rapping, he just stood there with a smirk, and he asked me, could he take me to some rappers from his church? He took me to this dude that looked just like me with some Timbs on his feet and a fresh white tee. When that boy spit, I saw that fire in his eyes. Then he told me for my sin was the reason Jesus died. I told him that was dope, and I asked him what's his name. He reached and shook my hand, and he told me it was Flame.
Okay.
So that night when my life changed, I remember thinking, life is gonna be so amazing. I'm gonna walk outside, it's gonna be rainbows, butterflies, everybody's gonna be nice, the whole world is gonna be changing. But the reality was it didn't. Life was still hard, things still happened, God was still growing me. But the difference is I was changed, my heart was changed, my mind was changed. And no matter how much you go through, when you suffer with Jesus and you suffer for Christ's name's sake, it don't matter what's going on, it's still always all good. Let's get it, it's all good. The old heads come out on this. The OGs, they be going out like, yeah, y'all ready? Yeah, it was all a dream. I used to read the Source magazine, watching Biggie and P. Diddy on the TV screen, thinking that could be me. But all I gotta do is make it out of the streets. I got a pack on me right now. Popo hit the block to pat down. Now I'm headed into lockdown. Man, I'm just trying to make my mama proud. We in the ghetto trying to make it out, but don't too many of us make it out. We still shooting aim for the clouds, hoping that we hit the stars falling down. The sky's the limit. What other reason for me living? Before we had cars, we still tripping. That's why I do this for the blocks in the ghettos and every hood. Let them know the dream big with faith. It's all good, baby, baby. Ladies, it's y'all turn. Repeat after me, say, baby, you know it's all good. Say, Fella, say, baby, you know it's all good. Ladies, say, baby, you know it's all good. Yeah, I never thought it could happen, this rapping stuff. I was too used to moving packs and stuff. And birthdays were the worst days. That's what see me running to the drop the first place. Boy, I remember hearing dear mama. I shed a tear for my dear mama. I saw the pain she went through, cause my daddy wasn't there. Dry your eyes, it's all good, mama. Running home for that first play. No matter what, on the first day. It ain't was just to get a meal, but I knew if I resist, this would probably be my last play. Man, I'm just trying to make my city proud. This for everybody trying to make it out. I do this for the blocks and the ghettos in every hood. To dream big with faith, it's all good, baby, baby. Ladies, it's y'all turn, y'all ready? Let me hear you say, baby, you know it's all good. Say, baby, you know it's all good. Fella, say, baby, you know it's all good. Ladies, say, baby, you know it's all good. Baby, you know it's all good. Yeah. You can take it out. Y'all so crazy. Y'all crazy. I like y'all. So look. My mama boyfriend came to me. He was like, hey, that's the one right there. I was like, okay, bro. I don't know what you been doing all this time. Hey, none of that other stuff you've been doing. That's the one. I'm like, bruh, so everything I've done is I wasted my life. All I'm saying, that's the one. I'm like, okay, bro. Two-step with it. Ooh. So look, right? I got a couple more songs, right? I'm so funny to you. So look, man. I know what I'm doing last. See now, this is where it gets fun. I know what I'm doing last. I know what I'm doing second to last. But I'm gonna let y'all pick something. Who knows some of my songs? Might not have it, but I'm gonna let you pick. Go. What? Where you live at? Cape Girardeau? Where? Poplar Bluff. Why you want me to do the hoodie song? Oh God. And you from Poplar Bluff, man. Hey bro, I'm gonna tell you honestly, I can't wait till I can go somewhere and perform that song. I'll make sure I live stream it, or we gonna get you there or something. That song is really hood, man. Ain't no cursing, it's clean, it's clean. Funny thing is this lawyer, this life is strange for me, right? So FBI agent, a prosecuting attorney, and a lawyer brought me to Columbus, Ohio to do a show, right? I'm blown away. I'm like, okay, this is creepy. Y'all trying to lock me up or something. I don't do that stuff no more, right? But the prosecuting attorney, that was his daughter's favorite song. She's like this big. I was like, why are you letting her listen to that? He's like, oh, she loves it, man. Like, we just cut it up and play it real loud in front of my neighbors. I'm like, yeah, they gonna put you out there, bro. Okay, money on my head. What you got? See, I like y'all. See, I can't never do that song around dudes because it's too girly. What? And you know, dudes don't like that kind of stuff. They'll stand there and just look at you and sing it under their breath. I know you told me, put your makeup on. Don't you know that you're beautiful? Act like you ain't looking, then they like, but you don't need a man.
That's my brothers.
Cause your beauty's from the inside. Who got some? Who else got some? What you got? Why y'all picking all the hood songs, man? I'm like, we in Cape Girardeau, bro. They like, all right, next time I'm coming back with all my hood records. I'm telling y'all in advance, all of them. Now I see, I know now. They like Jungle, money on my head. Bro, y'all a clown. Okay, so look. Okay, can we do Snap Off? What about that? Who knows Snap Off? You know that one? Take My Life. You like that too? Okay. I wanted to make you happy because you too. But. So this is what we gonna do. We gonna do Snap Off last. We gonna do Take My Life now, and we gonna do Be King in the middle. Let's do it. So look, Christians all around the world, right? They get persecuted for the gospel because they share in Jesus Christ. We get to come in environments like this and freely share the gospel, right? So that's another thing me and Teddy was just talking about tonight. In China, people are in underground churches and they are afraid to, well, some of them are not afraid to say that they're Christians openly because they might get killed. So we got this freedom and this liberty to do this freely. So we wrote this song. It's called Take My Life. It's actually featuring my brother Flame and Jason. So we cut Jason's verse out because I never perform it. I don't want to do all three of them. So when you hear the real song, there's going to be another verse. And the first verse is actually Flame. But I'm going to rap his part. It's called Take My Life. The hook is real easy. If you don't know it, you can catch on. It's just basically saying, man, you can take my life for Jesus, and I'm cool with that. But more than anything, I'm going to live to make them be known. Amen? Let's get it. It gets turned up, too. It's a little crunk. Little turn. Look, still a little ratchet. Y'all ready? See a song like this, it's so vintage. It's so authentic and it's no gimmick. And by the First Amendment, I'm free to speak. About an ancient king from the Middle East. He's the lion, the lamb, the iron from Zion. They crucified him, this hope to fight. The first of the 10 commandments been abandoned. Look at man, and there was no compliance. There was slow compliance and no compliance. I know they hate it. I get it. I get it. Well, who resurrected? He did it. He laid his life down and picked it up. 2,000 years plus, and look at us. Christianity spread. Gang of bloodshed for us. Go and look it up. Now, I ain't trying to be a tough guy, and I ain't trying to be a martyr either. And I ain't got the kill me complex. I just want to be just like Jesus when it's my time to go. I want to die with grace. I want to die with faith, knowing that I'm about to see his face. Want to be filled with the Spirit and no longer fear. Y'all ready? I'm living for you, say. You can take my life, say. You can take my life. 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 You can take my, you can take my, you can take my, you can take my, you can take my life. 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 You can take my, you can take my, you can take my, you can take my. I had this vision, I was locked up in this Middle Eastern prison. Guards all around me, they strapped up like something serious. On doors, they got guns, look like I'm losing. They asked me, did I love Jesus before they start shooting? Holes all in my body, blood over my body. We all know how this gon' go, I ain't waking up in a Bugatti. If I make it to that place, Jesus, hold me close. Take my first, Lord, fill me with your Holy Ghost. Brothers over in that Middle East, they dying off in them streets. They running up in their house at night, putting the heat to them while they sleep. And it's all for the cross, because they boldly proclaim his name. We ain't scared of the guns, we ain't scared of the tails of the chains. This is Africa, Syria, Afghanistan. Every soldier that lost their life all the way over to Pakistan. Let me close our eyes when they cannot dim our light. Cause I'm sad gonna die. You can take my life. You can take my life.